Hello and a very good afternoon to you. I'm Rachel reporting live from Kalkine Sydney studios. It's lunchtime here in Sydney and time for the Mid-Market Pulse. In today's show, we'll take a look at the overall share market performance by the mid-session trade. Australian shares did have a rise in mid-morning trade this morning, but shares have slipped into negative terrain by afternoon, paring early gains. The weak global cues and persistent concerns about rising inflation in the United States continues to weigh on market sentiment. However, the latest consumer confidence data and a spurt in commodity prices support the market. The benchmark index, that's the ASX 200, was down by 0.2% by lunchtime. The index did open higher, undermining weak cues from Wall Street and gained as much as 0.4%. Meanwhile, US stocks ended lower in choppy trade overnight as a spike in energy prices fueled concerns around rising inflation. Investors also remain wary ahead of the consumer price index data slated to be released tomorrow. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones dropped 0.3%, the S&P 500 fell 0.2% and the Nasdaq ended flat. Back home on the sectoral front, 7 of 11 sectoral indices are trading in positive terrain. The materials sector was the best performer with 11.2% gain, owing to a rise in commodity prices. The materials sector was followed by consumer staples, which rose 0.7%. Among others, healthcare, A-REITs and consumer discretionary also saw a surge in buying activity. Bucking the trend, information technology sector was the worst performer with a 1.1% loss. Telecoms and the financial sector also reeled under selling pressure. On the COVID-19 front, New South Wales reported 360 new local cases and 5 deaths in the past 24 hours. The figures come after the state government eased restrictions for fully vaccinated people after a 107-day lockdown. Meanwhile, Victoria's daily cases dropped to 1,466, while it reported 8 deaths today. There are now 19,627 active cases of virus in the state and 101 people have died in Victoria during the current outbreak. According to the latest figures, 86% of people over the age of 16 in Victoria have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine and 59% are now fully vaccinated. Let's look at the top gainers and losers by mid-session trade. The top loser on the ASX pack was healthcare equipment business Ansell. Their shares dropped 4.1%. Some of the other top laggards were travel firm Corporate Travel Management, drug maker Clinival Pharmaceuticals, and media and entertainment business, and the RIA Group and healthcare firm Polynovo. Meanwhile, Illumina topped the ASX gainers chart by rising 5.6%. Some of the other notable gainers were global metal recycling business Sims, also diversified financial group Netwealth, gold miners Ramelius Resources and Gold Road Resources. Well, now it's time for a short break, but stay tuned to Kalkine TV. I'll be back with more trending market updates.
Property by Kalkine. Looking for a dream home? Well, that may sound easy, but it isn't. And from looking for a property that is the right fit for you in terms of cost and other factors, to zeroing down on the right mortgage plan, there are various aspects to consider. And for the latest slowdown in the property market, tune in on Kalkine TV with me, Sage. I will give the latest updates on the property market as well as real estate stocks to help you make the right decision. Keep watching Property with Kalkine.
Hello and welcome back. Rachel here live from Sydney and you're watching the mid-market commentary. Let's look at some stocks that are creating a buzz on the ASX today. First on the list is financial technology lender Plenti Group. The share price of the company surged 9.5% after it released a trading update for the second quarter ending the 30th of September. The company achieved record quarterly loan originations in September, which are 140% above the corresponding period and 18% above the prior quarter. Its loan portfolio increased up 110% from the 30th of September and up 21% from the end of June. Going forward, the company expects to achieve a $1 billion loan portfolio as well as positive monthly cash net profit by the end of December. Next on the list is telco and internet services provider Telstra. Their shares traded marginally higher after the company issued details of its annual general meeting. The company's chairman, John Mullen, expects underlying business to return to full-year growth in financial year 2022. The company has stuck to financial year 2022 guidance for their EBITDA of between $7 billion and $7.3 billion. That's on a revenue of between $21.6 million and $23.6 billion. Return on invested capital is expected to finish at 8% in financial year 2023. Next is Aussie biotech firm CSL. Their shares rose almost 1% by lunchtime. Speaking at the company's annual general meeting, Chair Dr. Brian McNamee says the company will mandate vaccination against COVID-19 for all workers at its Australian sites as well as its US counterparts. The COVID-19 vaccine maker has also reaffirmed its 2022 earnings guidance, expecting revenue growth of between 2% and 5% and a net profit after tax of between 2.15 and 2.25 billion US dollars. Moving on, the Commonwealth Bank shares traded 0.1% lower after the lender released a review of its remedial action plan. The plan was launched to address a range of shortcomings that were identified in the highly critical 2018 report. One of the Big Four lenders said all milestones that it had been set following the review have been assessed as complete and effective, and all of its recommendations have been implemented. And lastly, let's take a look at Westpac Banking Corporation. The share price was down 0.5% after the bank flagged its $1.3 billion profit hit. The lender warned that its profit for the second half will be reduced by $1.3 billion due to write-downs, provisions for refunds, litigation and costs from selling off its life insurance business. The costs are related to goodwill, capitalised software and other asset impairments. The bank has provided for $172 million in legal costs, customer refunds and litigation provisions. Well, that's a wrap for the show. Keep watching Kalkine TV for more trending market updates from Australia and around the world. I'm Rachel, signing off.